Hello, hello, hello. It's 7:01. Everyone, I'd like to welcome to you to Miami Roller Derby presents Across the Derbyverse. Woo! Let's go. We're all very excited. I am your host, Chica Freak, and this is
Your co-host, Disco Inferno.
Disco's here is going to make her way to the middle and sing our national anthem.
If you could all please rise for the singing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, let's introduce our skaters tonight. We have two teams. We have the Spideys team, and we have the Villains team on the other side. All right, so let's introduce our skaters for tonight. First up, we have our bench coach, number 911, Intended Anger. And we have number 17, Jess Business. Next up, we have number 404, Defeat. And we have number 88, Lucy Lunatic. And number 10, Neon Lights Out. Number 1616, Shakespeare. Number 5, Tarantula. Number 71, Vixen Wrecker. Number 4, Rotten Rosie. Number 6, Steel Sledgehammer. Number 1318, Nuclear Winter. Number 167, Daisy Me Rollin'. Number 67, Je ne sais quads. Number 5150, To Kill Ya. And lastly, on our Spideys team, we have number 9, Lives, Kitten Not Submittin'.
And now we have our villains. There it is. For our bench coach, we have Raptor, number 37. Number 22, Breezy. Number 0, Suki. Number 30, Zirkle. Number 49, Pow Pow Panther. Number 119, Venom Rose. Number 1114, Carnivorous Licks. Number 961, Kitty Claus. Number 1906, Kraken Skulls. And number 666, Ivana Pachanga. Woo! Number 786, Lil Helvana. Number 823, Beatrix Plotter. 707, Dreadnought. Number 2319, Haley's Comet to Get Ya. And number 36, Fancy Feast. All right, that's working. Oh, keep it up here so we have reference. All right. Demo. Next up, we'll be having a derby demo. For those of you who are new to roller derby, here are some things to note. Roller derby is played in increments called jams. Each jam lasts up to 2 minutes. Both teams field up to 5 skaters at the start of the jam. 4 of these skaters are called blockers, and 1 is called the jammer. The jammer wears a helmet cover with a star on it and scores points for the team. You can see the 2 jammers lined up behind the jammer line. The blockers are playing both offense and defense at the same time, and together they make up what is called the pack. The 2 jammers start each jam behind the pack and must get through all of these skaters for an initial pass before they can begin to score points. When the initial pass is complete, a jammer can score 1 point for every opponent they pass with their hips. The first jammer out of the pack legally is called the lead jammer, which means they can end the jam anytime they want before the 2 minutes are up. You can see the ref pointing at the lead jammer with her hand up. So what Breezy, the jammer for black team, is doing, she is calling the jam off by pointing at her hips repeatedly. That means if the other jammer didn't get through, they get no points. the two teams are lining up, getting ready to start. Jamming for the black team, we have Carnivorous Licks.
And jammer for the red team, we have 404 Defeat. Let's play some derby.
Huh? 5 seconds marks. They have 5 seconds to get ready to start. And here we go. We have them both working, and we have lead jammer.
Our Spideys jammer Defeat has gotten through the pack, as well as our villains jammer on the other side.
And she's trying to make it through, and she's through, and she calls off the jam. That's a strategic move to make sure the other team doesn't get any points. So Spideys have 4 points from that jam.
All right, on the Spideys team, we have Neon Lights Out jamming.
And for villains, we have 22 Breezy. Ooh, that's big fall for Breezy, but she's up. Oh. We have both jammers fighting. Oh, and Neon Lights Out is out. Breezy coming up, working through that pack. Ooh, gets around her team, but calls off the jam. Five seconds on the clock. We've got Haley's Comet to get you for Jemmy for black team. Ooh. They're struggling to get through. Defense is good on Spidey's team. Ooh, and we have lead jammer.
Spidey's jammer is through.
Daisy's be rolling, making it look easy.
Through the pack again. Another 4 points for the Spideys.
And let's see if she gets through this time. Oh man, with a spin move.
Daisy be rolling through again.
She's still going, she's still going. And we have Haley's. Oh, big fall. Oh, and another fall. Oh, hitting right into the pack. And Daisy be rolling is calling off the jam. Big, big jam for her there.
Good job, Spideys. That was awesome. Villains, let's see what you got.
All right, so we have a power jam for the Spidey team because the villain jammer is in the penalty box. So here we go. We're gonna see the Spidey team helping their jammer, trying to get through, but the villains are doing a great job keeping her out.
A little pile up there.
Oh, and that's looking like a cut track penalty being called off on Spidey's team. Steel Sledgehammer into the penalty box. We have Haley's coming to get you, coming up. I'll stay over here. Haley's coming to get you. Looks like she's back in the penalty box, so that makes Spidey's jammer released from the penalty box. So she's coming up. Looks like the villains are bringing up the pace of the pack to keep them moving. And she's through, picking up some points along the way. And here comes Haley's Comet, trying to work her way through the pack. And Steel Sledgehammer is through, picking up some nice points for her team. Spidey's team is doing great on their defense, keeping Haley's Comet in the pack, making her work to get through. And, ooh, big fall, big fall. Oh. Oh. Looks like jammer's down. No, blocker's down.
All right, we're going to have a brief pause here while we are waiting for the refs to figure some things out. While we wait, we're going to talk about some of our vendors. We have face painting, which is free for everybody. You can just leave a Google review and tips. So if you want some Spider-Man theme or anything themed face painting, you can head on over to the face painting table.
So we're doing an official review. Official review is over. And the game is back on.
The game is back on. All right, and Suki, the Villains Jammer, is through. Lead Jammer. Still a bit of a struggle on the red team. And Suki's coming back around, fighting to get through. And our Village Jammer is through once again. There is a star helmet pass to the pivot happening, and the jam is called. That's the jam.
For the Spidey team, we have They See Me Rollin' jamming, and we have Carnivorous Licks jamming for the villains. Ooh, big fall at the start. We see them working their way through the pack. And we have a lead jammer in They See Me Rollin', and they're drawing Carnivorous Licks back. Ooh. Oh, and being called on a back block is Licks. Hitting the back of a skater is not legal. So she's in the box, and we have a power jam for Spideys. That means she has her team playing offense to help her through, and the villains still playing defense. And they're drawing her back, because every time they get a skater out, they can bring them back and have them start all over again. And I'll tell you, as a jammer, it does not feel good to be brought out. Lucky for the team villains, their jammer got out before the end of the jam.
All right, we have a score of 29 Spideys and 8 villains while we set up for this next jam. It's a small lead, but we've got plenty of time left in this game.
Looks like we have another official review. You can see that by our friend Manny over here making an O with his hands. That means an official review is happening.
While we wait for this review to be completed, let's talk about another one of our vendors. We have Goblin's Heist, which is a comic books and collectibles stand over towards the front of the gym, right where you walked in. So if you're interested in comic books and collectibles, head on over to Goblin's Heist.
Another awesome vendor we have that you should check out is Hair by Anitra. Some of our skaters got their hair braided right before the game, and I will say it looks amazing. I kind of want some for myself.
And we are back in the action. We have Breezy, number 22. Oh, and the Spideys jammer is through, number 404. Both jammers are through the pack, and they are moving fast. Oh, we got a little jump through the pack.
That was a fast jam. Wow. They were making them work for that one. Score right now is Spideys 33, Villains 16. Looks like our heroes are in the lead right now.
Was a short jam, but very effective.
Jamming for Spideys, we have Shakespeare and we have Venom Rose as the villain's jammer. Both teams doing great defense, keeping their jammers in the pack, working hard for their initial pass. Oh, and we've got Venom Rose as lead jammer. Oh, and that's a penalty for red jammer Shakespeare for cutting the track. You cannot go out of bounds and keep going, or that's a penalty. The Venom Rose working her way. Ooh, oh, and she's out. So if a skater gets out of bounds, they have to come back into bounds to continue play. Oh, coming up again. Oh, she's out. Ooh. And Shakespeare's out of the box, working her way through, but Venom calls off the jam. Making sure there's no points happening there.
All right, next jammers up. We have 11-14 Carnivorous Licks on the Villains team and
Stop the clock. So back to an official review. While this is happening, you guys can also check out Butterfly Botanicals in the back with all the pretty plants. I know plenty of our skaters have them. Captains from both teams, please make your way to the middle. Another fun vendor to check out while we wait is Wreaths and Things. I definitely had my eye on a cup she has over there. Official review is over and game is back on. For the Spideys, we have Tarantula going and Lead Jammer's already out with Carnivorous Licks. And Spideys are out too. Carnivorous Licks going through and calling off the jam. Making sure Spideys can't get any points there. Well played.
all right, on the Villains team, we've got Comet, and on the Spideys team, 5 seconds. On the Spideys team, number 67. And the Villains Jammer is mostly through the pack, but not quite yet. We've got quite a bit of a fight here. A lot of really good blocking happening, and the Spideys Jammer is through the pack. Number 167, Daisy May Rowland, is coming back around into the pack. And Haley's Comet, still in her initial pass. And the jam has been called.
Spidey's holding strong to that lead. Score Spidey's 34, Villains 26. For Spidey's team, we have Nuclear Winter jamming. And we have Kitty Claus jamming for the Villains. Ooh, we got the two cats going at it. And, just when she was about to get out, she make her way through, and they drawed her back. So close, and they have Lead Jammer with Kitty Claus making her way around. Ooh, and she's almost out. Shakespeare blocking her off, giving her team a chance. So that was a power jam, but they called it off, ensuring that the Spidey's Jammer stays in the box for the next round.
right, we are starting this jam off with a power jam while Nuclear Winter is in the penalty box. We've got Suki, our jammer, for the villains. But the Spideys are going to put up a good fight. And Suki is through the pack. Let's see if she can get through a pack this second time. Oh, super smooth, getting straight through that pack the second time, scoring 4 points for the villains. And our Spideys jammer is back in the game. Spideys jammer is through. Oh, and our villains jammer gets pushed out, calls the jam.
Jamming up for the villains is Breezy. And Neon Lights Out for the Spideys. Scores are tied. Both jammers going in hot, but ooh, Neon Lights Out! Killing it and getting through, making it look easy. Taking that inside line. Breezy's fighting and she's through. Oh, Neon got taken out and drawn back. Taking her, oh, she's calling off the jam. Breezy picking up a point there and Neon picking up 4 for the team.
All right, our next Spideys jammer is number 404, Defeat. Our villains jammer is Venom Rose, number 119. And Defeat is almost through the pack. Ooh, great job by our Spideys jammer getting right through that pack. But we've got our villains jammer close on her heels.
Oh, this is a good jam.
This is close. This is a close jam.
Oh! Venom with an apex jump.
Amazing jump by Venom Rose, our villains jammer, jumping straight through the pack.
Apex jumps aren't easy. That was amazing. Jamming for the villains, we have Carnivorous Licks and They See Me Rollin' for Spidey team. Jammers both trying to go down the inside and middle. And let's see who's gonna make it out. Oh, and Carnivorous Licks is our lead jammer. With They See Me Rolling coming up close behind. It's all about speed now. Who's gonna get there and get the points first? Oh, but she calls off the jam.
All right, our next jammer for Spideys is gonna be Steel Sledge Jammer. We are taking another moment for an official penalty review. And we're back in.
Looks like a Spidey team has a blocker with a low block penalty. So they have to field one less blocker, but that doesn't stop Steel Sledgehammer from taking lead.
through the pack, and we've still got a bit of a struggle in the pack with our Villains Jammer getting through, but she is really close, and she is through the pack. Got some really nice blocking by number 30 over here, blocking Steel from getting through. And we've got our Villains Jammer through once again. And we're calling off this jam.
For the Spidey team, oh, looks like a timeout is being called. Timeout being called for the Spidey team. You can see that timeout's being called by Manny standing in the middle, pointing to his shoulders. But while you're waiting for this timeout to happen, you can check out Merry Mishmash Jewelry. There's some nice little things there, and actually is by one of our skaters. So make sure to check that out. Other things to know, at halftime, after a 5-minute break, we will be doing a cosplay contest. If you have not signed up for the contest, please check in with the front desk and sign up. We have some nice prizes, which we want to thank you to Goblin's Heist for their donation for our cosplay contest in the form of comic books. I got it. Neon Lights Out fighting her way through the pack. Ooh, and she's down. Hard hits, but Hello Havana's almost out. She goes down too. Working her way. It is not easy working through these blockers. Oh, and Hell's out, and they're drawing her back. In order for Hell to come back in, she has to get in behind them. Oh, a panty pass happens, so the pivot, you can see her panty changes from a line as she gets it on to a star. That now makes her the jammer, and you can see there's no lead jammer at this point. And that's a good star pass, because she makes it look so easy. Oh, and we have 2 star passes. Both pivots have now become the jammer. So they will be working in their jammer's place, and the jammer has now become a blocker. Suki right through, weaved right through that pack. While they're still working to get through for the Spidey team. And that's the end of the jam. It looks like our villains have come up with a score of 51, and the Spidey team with a score of 47.
Looking like it is going to be a really tight game today. Both teams playing amazingly, and the score is showing it. It is real close, folks. All right, we have got Haley's Comet jamming for Villains.
Looks like we have another official review.
Another official review. But when this next jam starts, we are going to have number 404 Defeat jamming for our Spideys.
And as always, we love to see our outside ref, Scarcy, hanging out while the official review is occurring.
Outside ref Scarcy in his natural chillaxin environment. Scarcy was so cool that he caused that feedback. All right, we've got our jammers on the line, ready to go. Oh, tough jam. It looks like we have our lead jammer, but it is real close. And our lead jammer calls that jam. All right, our Spideys jammer almost getting through, but some really good blocking here. And we've got a close fight, but our Spideys jammer getting through, claiming lead jammer. And these blockers are really putting up a fight. And our Spideys jammer through one more time, scoring 4 more points. And she calls the jam with her 4 points, so no points for our villains.
All skaters will now take a knee as we have an injured skater on the ground with a medic coming out to check on her. All right, let's give it up for Carnivorous Licks. While this is a sport we all love, we all know it's a tough game to play. As she gets checked out, we'll keep going with the game. We have Breezy as the jammer for the villains, and They See Me Rolling as the jammer for the Spidey team. And they're off. Ooh, yeah, she's still through. They See Me Rolling picks up lead jammer. She's coming in hot, and look at Breezy making her way around Biz. Rushing to get through so she can score some points. And she calls off the jam, making sure Breezy cannot get to her scoring pass. For you to remember, you have to get through the pack once to establish lead jammer, and only on your second pass can you score points by passing the hips of the opposing blockers.
Alrighty, we've got 2 new jammers up. Looks like we're making sure that the track is all smoothed out. It can get a little bumpy with this rough game. Looks like we are all clear. 5 seconds. We have got Suki for our villains team. Oh, and our Spideys jammer getting right through that pack. And both jammers are through. It's going to be a tight race here. Our Spideys jammer back in the pack and calling the jam. So that leaves our score at 56 Spideys to 52 villains. Like I said, it is a really close game right now.
For the upcoming jam, we have Haley's Comet to Get You, jamming for the Villains. And we have Defeat jamming for the Spideys. Oh, we got some jammer blockage. Ooh. Defeat still going. Nice spin to get out on the inside. Defeat is now our lead jammer coming around on her scoring pass. Passing through the blockers. Ooh. Denied, and she's almost through, but Haley's Comet gets out, and she's on her way to her scoring pass. But the jam is called off before she can get to the pack.
All right, next jam coming up. Only a few more before halftime. We've got Neon Lights Out is jamming for our Spideys. And Breezy jamming for our Villains. And we are coming in strong. Neon getting through that pack, lead jammer. Shakespeare getting taken out of bounds. And both skaters through the pack. And Neon just passing that first group of blockers, calling the jam.
It takes great awareness to know that other jammers coming up and call it off before they can get points. For this jam coming up, we have They See Me Rolling for the Spideys and Crackin' Skulls for the Villains. Ooh, oh, Daisy's almost out, but the blockers have reformed in front of her. Ooh, Kraken's almost through. These blockers making them work. And They See Me Rolling is lead jammer. Ooh. We have them working. Oh, Kraken Skulls is in the penalty box. That means power jam for the Spideys, and it's gonna be a power jam for the next one for the Spideys, since the Villains have a jammer in the penalty box.
We have got just a minute of time before our halftime show. One more jam before our halftime. Let's see, will it be Spideys or Villains? Oh, tough race. Neon getting knocked out of bounds. We've got, oh, Neon is in the penalty box, so we've got a power jam for the Villains. Oh, how the tables have turned. Kraken Skulls is our jammer for the Villains team, and she is through the pack. Lead jammer, and right now, only jammer. Now Kraken Skulls coming up on the pack. Let's see if she gets through again. But we've got some fierce blockers on the Spideys team. And Kraken Skulls through the pack again, just as Neon is getting back on the track. And that is the end of that jam. Last one before halftime. We have got a great halftime show coming up for you. We've got a Spider-Man cosplay contest. We've got a cheer team. So y'all should stick around. It's going to be a great time. Sure. Wait, hang on.
It's halftime. So you guys have 5 minutes. Take your potty breaks. Check out our awesome vendors. And in 5 minutes, we will be starting the cosplay contest. And after the cosplay contest, Cheer Miami will be coming up. So 5 minutes. If you need to go to the bathroom, I suggest doing that now. Check out our awesome vendors while you wait. And in 5 minutes, we will start the cosplay contest. So the donuts sold out. They had to go get more. So if you haven't gotten food, get some vegan croquetas now. The donuts will be back in 20 minutes. That tells you how good they are. Make sure to check out our concessions to the left by the door. We've got snacks, we've got drinks, and we've got hot dogs. All right, if you're participating in the cosplay contest, please make your way to the middle. If you're participating in the cosplay contest, please make your way to the middle. Will all our costumed heroes and villains please make your way to the middle? It's time for the costume contest.
Once again, all of our cosplay contest participants make their way to the middle of the ring.
If you're participating in the cosplay contest, please make your way to the middle. If you are participating in the cosplay contest, please make your way to the middle. Woo!
It's going to be a tough contest. We've got some great Spideys out here.
All right, so we're gonna do the cosplay contest. We've got some lovely participants here. All right, so we're gonna do this by round of applause. You guys vote for the best costume. So I'm gonna point to our Spideys and villains over here. Sure. You could join. We're all here to cosplay. Oh no, they're doing the meme. Oh, and it's getting bigger. The meme is getting bigger. The Spideys are confused. All right, so we're gonna do the cosplay contest. Cheer as I put, well, I'm kind of short, but cheer as I put my hand over the participant. You guys wanna step up front? All right, step to the middle. Cheer if you want the NSO Spidey to win. Let's hear those cheers. Very well done, sir. To the back. Make your way to the middle. Nuclear Winter, one of our skaters. Give her a round of applause. She's got moves. Hey. Shakespeare to the middle. Oh, she's going big. She wants that applause. And you can see the lovely hair by Anitra. We've got our lovely head NSO over here. Oh, I shouldn't say who she is. Oh, we like that. We like that. Oh, she's got even more moves. I think that's a top 3 right there. Ivana Pachanga. Gotta get the hood. There we go. Woo! I was expecting that. Another top contender. Come on, show off the tats. Oh, the muscles. Oh, he's got a whole routine here. Our next Spidey. Oh, they're getting more and more acrobatic over here. Yeah, that's another top. Come on. You're in the cosplay contest. Let's go. Make a round of applause. Make a round of applause. Very well done.
Queen of Hearts.
That's her cosplay, Queen of Hearts. Nicely done. Let's go back to the middle. Je ne sais quads. Moving up. Yes, yes. It's so much better when they're on skates. All right, so I think you were a top contender to the front. Top contender to the front. I see a theme. You know, I don't know. Nuclear Winter did pretty good too. Come here. You two, come here. Hold on. You two are on the top. Move to the side. I want to see who's number 3. So, between these two Spideys here, I need to hear a round of applause to see who's going to be in our top 3. Give it up for Nuclear Winter. Okay, okay. That sounds pretty good. How about our cartwheeling Spider-Man? Ooh, that's tough to tell. What do you guys think?
I think Nuclear took it.
The Spideys. All right, Spideys, point to who you think should be in the top 3. Okay, guys, you're gonna point to each other? Really? That's not helpful. Okay, are we pointing to Cartwheel Spider-Man? All right, Cartwheel Spider-Man, you move up. All right, so our top 3 contestants. Now we need to figure out first, second, and third place. So let's hear it up for Spidey over here. Pretty good round of applause. Pretty good round of applause. Our cartwheeling Spider-Man. Pretty good. For our split Spider-Man. Okay, that's number 1. That's number 1. That's pretty clear. That's pretty clear. All right, so I think we've got number 1 settled. But who's second and third? The prizes are pretty different. What's even better is that they kind of know each other, so it's a pretty good battle. All right, so let's do this again. Give it up for... That sounds pretty good. Cartwheel Spider-Man's pretty excited too. What about Cartwheel Spider-Man? All right, so I think it's pretty clear. In first place, we have Ivana Pachanga. In second place, we have our amazing Spider-Woman. Woo! And in third place, we have our Cartwheel Spider-Man. Special thank you to Goblin's Heist over there for providing the comics as prizes, and for Super Wheels and our head ref, Deadly Edley, for getting them Super Wheels passes. All right, thank you for being part of this contest. Yes, we need a picture. All Spideys and costume contest people, please line up for Eric, our lovely photographer, to take a photo. Once a photo is done, we will be having Cheer Miami come out. You go in the picture too. We'll have Cheer Miami come out after this photograph. It's amazing that she can split like that. And they'll be doing splits and more in a routine. Scarcy. All right, so this picture and then Cheer Miami will be up. All right, Cheer Miami, everybody.
Amazing job by Cheer Miami. Thank you to our Cheer Miami cheerleaders. They are committed to raising awareness and resources for organizations that support our LGBTQ plus community. Make sure to do so this Pride Month. We would also like to shout out our clothing donation drive, Out of the Closet. All of their profits benefit the AIDS Healthcare Foundation, and they are dedicated to a mission of making queer people feel loved and included. So if you have any clothes you'd like to donate to their clothing drive, please do, because it will go to a very wonderful home, and the money will all go to a great cause.
Also, a belated Happy Father's Day to the Derby dads out there. And a special thank you to all our volunteers, our zebras, AKA our refs, NSOs, vendors, friends and family for coming out to support this awesome sport. With a special shout out to all our roller derby players from different leagues who are making this scrimmage happen, especially our Gold Coast Derby girls.
Make sure you see our merch stands over by concession. We have merch represented by Miami Roller Derby as well as Gold Coast Derby girls. So if you want a cool t-shirt, maybe a sticker for a donation, any amazing merch that both of these leagues have to offer, feel free to represent.
And in honor of Pride Month, every ticket sold here tonight, $1 is being donated to Pride Line's Colors of the Rainbows fundraising campaign, whose mission is to support, educate, and empower South Florida's LGBTQ plus community in safe and diverse spaces to promote dialogue, wellness, and foster social change. So thank you for being part of that.
Also, be sure to take a moment to go up to the front corner right where the entrance is, and you can write a letter or a little craft to young queer people in need. With so many queer and transgender youth feeling overwhelmed by these laws, we want to show our love and support by writing messages to LGBTQ plus teenagers at Camp Out. Let's remind them that they are worthy, they are beautiful, and they are more than enough. So be sure to go over and write your letters to our queer and LGBTQ plus youth.
While we wait for the second half to start, other vendors you guys can check out. Our Wet Spec Oddities, they have some cool things out in that back right corner. Make sure you're checking out the vendors. We have Roller Skate USA if you want to do what they do out on the track or just skate around. Make sure to check in with Roller Skate USA to get yourself some skates. And say hi to Bernard, because we like him a lot.
Another one of our amazing vendors out here tonight is the one, the only Miami-Dade County Public Library System. I love libraries. You love libraries. If you want to help support this wonderful organization, feel free to stop by their table and learn about our local library system. Make sure to sign up for their summer reading program. It's very enriching.
All right, looks like we're getting ready to start the second half.
All right, and we are kicking it off for the second half. Starting strong with Defeat and Breezy jamming. Starting off with a great fight by our blockers on both teams, but we have got a lead jammer. We have got Defeat through the pack. Now let's see if Breezy can do it. She's real close, but those Spidey blockers are putting up a fight. And through the pack, and then Spideys call the jam. All right, setting up for our next jam. All right, we have got Nuclear Winter for our Spideys team. All right, getting through the pack, we have our Villains Jammer. Nuclear Winter still caught up in that first pack. Number 961 is coming back around. And it's going to get caught up in a bunch of blockers, but our Spideys jammer has gotten through. Both jammers through the pack, and the jam is called. All right, we've got Spideys at 63 and Villains at 59. Again, a really close game. There is no saying which way this is going to go. We are on a timeout right now. All right, back into the game. We have got our Villains Jammer Comet and our Spideys Jammer Tarantula. And never mind, because we have an official review. Gotta hold off a few more seconds for this jam. All right, getting back into the action. And we have our Spidey's lead jammer through the pack, Tarantula. Oh, and Tarantula just leaps over the pack. Great move by our Spideys, but we've still got a fight from the Villains. Our jammer is pushing through. All right, and Spideys through again, scoring another group of points.
And she calls off the jam. For this upcoming jam, we have Breezy for the Villains and Steel Sledgehammer for Spideys. Ooh, Breezy tries to take the outside lane and she's denied. Big blocker pile up over here. And Steel is lead jammer. The whole pack is moving to keep Breezy back, but she's out. Jammer's coming up, takes the inside line, stopped by Sookie, and she calls off the jam. Great jammer awareness there. For the Villains, we have Kitty Claus and Neon Lights Out for Spidey team. Both try to take that inside track. Both were blocked. Still working their way through the pack. Kitty Claus switching it up from inside and out, and she's lead jammer. Skating fast, back to the pack, where Neon Lights Out is still trying to work on her initial pass. And Neon Lights Out is finally out of her initial pass, with Kitty Claus getting by, scoring those points, and calling off the jam. Next, we've got Defeat for Spideys. Oh. And another official review.
Another official review. right, well, we reviewed. Let's look at another one of our vendors, Soul Essence Jewelry. Be sure to go check out all of their wonderful jewelry at their stand. We have got a great playlist going today with some call-outs to the Spider-Verse soundtracks. Shout out to Rex for making that playlist for us today. Looks like we got our jammers dancing, but now they have to go back to jamming. All right, and here we go. Oh, our Spideys jammer, number 404, is through the pack and closely followed by our Villains jammer, both of them getting through right away. That is not an easy feat against these blockers. And we got number 404 down, but she keeps skating and she calls the jam.
It's so nice seeing those apex jumps, no matter how it happens. That is a confident skater who can make that jump. All right, for the villains, we have Haley's Comment to Get You and Kitten Not Submitting for Spideys. And we have another official review. This is where the captains of the teams bring something up to the head ref and discuss to see if a call or points that were earned or not earned can get fixed. Huh? I don't think we did this. This one? Make sure to check out the vegan croquetas by To The Roots. We had some over here at the table and they were amazing. Big thank you to our NSOs who fixed the track as they skate and tear it up. Once we hit the end of the game, please stay tuned as we will announce MVP awards. And we'll do a fancy skater lineup where you all get to high five each of the skaters as they make their rounds at the end of the game.
right, that review is complete and we are back into the game. We have got Comet as our Villains Jammer getting through that pack. We've got a tight race between these jammers here. Jammer on jammer battle. Is our Villains Jammer going to call this jam? She is not, and she is going to get through that pack. And calling that jam.
For the Villains, we have Breezy jamming and Tarantula for the Spideys. Ooh, and Breezy's out, making her the lead jammer. But Tarantula's not too far behind. That pack is moving fast. They're making sure those jammers are working for those points. But she calls it off. They really made them work for that.
On to the next jam. We have got Daisy Moo Rollin jamming for the Spideys. And Kitty Claus jamming for Villains. All right, and some tough blocking going on, but our Spideys jammer is through. And Villains jammer close behind. Oh, and they are speeding along trying to get back to that pack. Oh, and calling the jam.
In that last jam, they were doing a technique of goading one of the other blockers. If you saw Team Red holding that black jammer, that was on purpose to make sure they couldn't make them run. Well, skate. All right, for the Villains, we have Breezy jamming and Steel Sludge jammer for the Spideys. Ooh! Steel tried going on the outside and they blocked her. And Breezy is going through to be lead jammer. Steel on the inside getting out for initial pass. Breezy's coming up to try, ooh! That's a hard hit. And that's gonna be a low block penalty. If you're on the ground and you trip up another skater, that'll be a low block penalty. So Spidey's blocker will be in the penalty box for the upcoming jam, meaning one less blocker for Team Spidey.
All right, moving quickly on to the next jam. We have got Venom Rose for our Villains and Kitten Not Submitting on our Spideys. Oh, and our Villains jammer getting right through. We have got some tough blocking out here tonight, but both jammers are through the pack. Oh, great blocking by Vixen record number 71, and we have got a little bit of a tumble over here, and we're calling that jam.
If you're not watching the benches of these teams, it's pretty entertaining hearing the team give feedback to their jammers. You'll hear them saying, call it off. They're trying to let their own jammer know that the other jammer's coming up. Oh, so this is gonna be a power jam for the villains. Oh, and Suki makes it look so easy. We've got the Spideys jammer in the penalty box. And she's there until her time's up, allowing Suki to score some easy points. Oh, she's dancing. Look at them go. Getting some defense, still making it through. Ooh, nice block. Suki's coming up. Almost made it through. Knocked out to the outside track, and Kirinatsu Midden is finally out. But Suki calls off that jam. They won't let it end that way.
All right, we got Kitty Claus jamming for our villains. Oh, and our jammer is in the penalty box, which means we are starting out with a power jam. Oh, and our villains jammer close to getting through, but putting up a good fight. And Alma Ann through the pack, but still a couple blockers left at the end and still struggling to get through. Some great blocking by Spideys. But just enough time for our Spideys jammer to get back in the game. And both jammers are in. Looks like we've got a star pass. And we're calling that. Looks like we're getting a little bit spread out on the track right now. But our red jammer is through the pack. And our villains jammer as well. Oh, and we've got a little bit of a tumble in the pack, but our red jammer is once again through. Oh, Shakespeare, great blocking. And our villains jammer, Breezy, getting run back. But our red jammer gets through. And we are still just running back that black jammer, but we've got some pretty intense blocking going on here. But we've got our red jammer through that pack once again. Oh, and our villains jammer close to getting through, but not quite. Our red jammer is through the pack, and we are calling that jam. That leaves our score at 113 Spideys and villains 87. That was 20 points scored in that last jam. That's 20 points for Spideys.
Timeout for the villains. As a reminder, during our official reviews and timeouts, please take a moment to check out our vendors. They came out to show their love for Derby, show their love back. Check out their wares. If you have money, they have wares. Please check them out. To all our vendors,
All right, we are out of that timeout, and we are going into our next jam. Our Villains Jammer, we have Venom Rose number 119 and versus 404 defeat for our Spideys. And our Red Jammer jumping forward but getting knocked down. And Venom Rose is through the pack. And now both jammers are through. Venom Rose coming back around into the pack and just cruising right by, scoring 4 points for Villains. And Venom Rose calling that jam.
For this jam, we have Neon Lights Out jamming for the Spideys and Haley's Comet jamming for the Villains. Both skaters taking different routes to make it through the pack. Neon working a push. Working through the inside and she's out, but Haley's Comet is lead jammer. She's going, making her way back into the pack. And Neon is called on a penalty, so this is a power jam for the Villains. Oh, in a crazy turn of events, it looks like the Villains jammer also got a penalty. So that means Red Jammer is now released from the box. They had to wait for the Black Jammer to make it into the seat so they could be released and go back to game. Ooh, big fall for Neon, and they're drawing her far back to start again. The struggle is real, making their way through the pack. Haley's Comet tried to take the out, but she got knocked out. This game is exhausting, and you can see it in the players making their way over and over again. It is not easy getting around these blockers, but Neon does it, and she's through. Scoring points for that lap. Lucy Lunatic drawing Haley's Comet back. And that's the end of the jam. That's a timeout. Looks like this is going to be a power jam for the Spideys, as Haley's Comet in that last jam occurred a penalty. So she's in the box at the start of this jam. For the Spideys, we have Steel jamming, and that group is going to make her work for it. The Villains were trying to get the speed up so that she'd have to work to get out. Her team's trying to give her some offense to help her through. This is a tough team to get through. Those Villains are making them work. Almost out, and she's knocked out back. Making her way through. Almost through, but the other jammer is back in the game. So it looks like some things are happening. Ooh! And that's gonna be a penalty on Venom Rose. And there was a panty pass, so the pivot for the Spideys has now become the jammer, and Defeat is working her way back up. Oh, making it look easy going on the inside. Nice scoring pass, getting all 4 points. Ooh, again down the inside. Scoring 4 more points for the Spideys. Looks like we had a panty pass for the Villains, and Breezy is now the jammer. Both jammers making their way around the track, watching each other, see what each of them are gonna do. Ooh, Breezy tries the outside and is blocked. And that's the end of the jam. Big scoring pass for Spideys with their score now at 133, 16 points for their jammers. And the Villains are at 94. We're seeing a bigger gap now.
All right, on to the next jam. We have got Suki is our Villains jammer. Oh, and our Spideys jammer goes straight through. But the jam is called. Looks like that jam started off a bit too quick, so we are going to have a bit of an official review. You gotta love official reviews, as they are the time for dancing. What you didn't know about our skaters is that while they are amazing skaters, they are also amazing dancers on the track. All right, 5 seconds called. We're back in the action. Oh, and we have got our Villains Jammer pushed out, but our Spideys Jammer is now through the pack. And both Jammers through, and we've got a tight race going on here. And our Villains Jammer getting a head start, getting through the pack, but we are calling that jam before the Villains can score points.
Looks like we had a mini equipment snafu. Don't let that happen to you. Make sure to check out Roller Skate USA to have all your gear. We have Neon Lights Out jamming for the Spideys. And Zirkle jamming for the Villains, and she's lead jammer. Neon's on the ground, but Zirkle's through, scoring some easy points for her team. But Neon's coming up. Oh, she calls off the jam, making sure Neon can't get any points.
And that puts our score at 135 Spidey. And a clean 100 for the Villains. All right, and our Spidey's Jammer coming in on the outside, but we've got quite a bit of a pack going on here, and our Spideys Jammer, number 404, Defeat, is through the pack. Our Villains Jammer still getting through that first lap, but Defeat is coming back around. And through the pack again, scoring 4 points for Spideys. But don't rule out the Villains so quick, because our Villains Jammer is through that pack and going back around. We have got a penalty on Shakespeare, a blocker, so we are down 1 blocker for Spideys. All right, and both Jammers coming around, about to make contact with the pack. Oh, and Spidey's Jammer calling that jam.
For the Spideys, we've got Lucy Lunatic, and for the Villains, Dreadnought. Ooh, Lucy's down, Dread's through, but she's down too. Oh, this is a tough. Both Jammers being drawn back. Dread's out again, being drawn back, and Lucy's through. She's lead jammer. Making her way around the track for her scoring pass. So every skater she passes, that's a point. Ooh, big fall. Lots of falls in this jam, and Lucy's through again, picking up another 4 points for her team. Oh, power jam for the Spideys. like to hear you cheer. There it is. Power Jam means she has a chance to get all the points and have her team work all the offense to make it easy to pass. 4 more points there. So far, she's got 16 in this jam. Ooh, with a dip, she's through. That's 20 points for the Lucy Lunatics jam right now. But Dread's through. Oh, and she's made it out for her scoring pass. Is gonna be next. Lucy's in the middle of the pack, makes it on the outside, dips, and is out. And that's the end of the jam. That was an incredible jam session for Lucy Lunatic, making 24 points for the Spideys.
Impressive jam by the Spideys that last round. We have got number 119. Venom Rose is our villains jammer. Let's see if Venom Rose can make up for the damage done in that last jam. And she is doing well. She is through the pack. Both jammers through the pack. Spideys have got our lead jammer. Number 167 is our lead jammer. And a couple points scored there. We have called that jam. We are on to the next one.
Some great strategic plays calling off the jam, making sure that other team can't get points. We have Kitten Not Submitting jamming for the Spideys and Suki jamming for the Villains. And there you have it, Kitten Not Submitting as lead jammer. Nice blocking by Team Spideys, keeping Suki in the pack. While Kitten makes, ooh, just when she was about to get out, the Villains came out. And Suki is out. And that's the end of the jam, being called off by Kitten Not Submitting.
All right, this is the last jam of the night. Our score is 177 Spideys and 103 Villains. Again, that is the last jam of the night. We have got Nuclear Winter jamming for Spideys. And we've got Zirkle jamming for Villains. And our Spideys jammer is right through that pack the first time, taking place as lead jammer. And our Villains jammer also getting through that pack. Spideys jammer coming back around and taking a bit of a tumble, but getting right back up. Will either of our jammers get through this pack? Our Villain jammer is close. But Zirkle is getting run back by the red team. And that is the end of that jam. 2 points scored. That's the game, folks. That leaves us with our final score. 180 Spideys and 105 Villains. Congrats to the Spideys, but great game played by both teams.
And that's the end of the game. And Team Spidey has it with 180 points. Everyone, make your way to the track for the high fives. Make your way to the track and high five the skaters. You can stand up and head to the track and high five the skaters. Tell them they did amazing because that was a tough game. High five those skaters. I want to get in on this. I want to high five skaters. All right, Team Spideys. Woo! Give it up for Team Villains! Woo! Good job! Woo! Woo! And with that, we are going to be announcing our MVPs. All right, time for the MVPs. For the Spideys MVP Jammer, we have They See Me Rollin', They Hatin'. Yes. And for MVP Blocker, we have our very own Shakespeare. There you are. And then for the villains, we have for Jammer, Breezy. Woo! And for Blocker for the villains, we have number 30, Zirkle. Yeah, make your way over here. You got MVP Blocker. Woo! Make sure you pose for the photo. Show off those beautiful MVP awards made by our own teammate Vix. Thank you. Get together. All right, make sure you guys check out the vendors. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming to Across the Derbyverse. Follow us on social media for any more games. Oh, we get a picture too. Okay. Thank you, Eric. Team picture. Skaters, get in the middle. NSOs, refs, everyone get in the picture. Again, make sure to follow us on social media. We might have more games later in the year because I want to play.